So let me tell you about Dr. Roger. Let me share screen, and we're going to go there. Okay, wonderful. So, you know, this is one of those stories where, you know, if you haven't noticed yet, I have a relationship with every single person that I've introduced you to, and this is no different. This is a very, very special person for me. I actually met him about 10 years ago. And yes, it was another Tony Robbins event. I've been with Tony Robbins, to be clear, for 27 years. So I've met a lot of amazing people to that area. And they say that you are equivalent to the closest people around you, and your peers is your income. You want to make sure you elevate yourself. And I continue to do that. And Dr. Roger is a very dear friend. We're godparents to his daughter. He's amazing. And I met him at a business mastery, and this guy is phenomenal. And he stood up and he said he was a chiropractor of neurology. I just broke my foot. Yardley had gotten me a little scooter to get around. We were in Vegas, and I had a cast on. I just had surgery. I had 5 screws and a plate put in, and I fell off my scooter, and he stood up, and I was like, I want him. I need his help. And we became friends like brother and sister, and it's been amazing ever since. This gentleman has actually, in almost 20 years, has been providing corrective chiropractic neurology techniques to thousands of patients. He has one of the largest practices in the Northeast. It is phenomenal. The doctors that are a part of his staff are all such high level of holistic medicine. It's phenomenal. He's been on radio, TV, The Talk, CBS, Forbes. He's the doctor for many famous athletes in the NFL and MLB, NBA. He's the originator of Sprint Set for Life. It's a comprehensive approach. It utilizes a 2 Nobel Prize winning technology on nutrition, personal coaching, and a proven formula to transform lives. He maintains his practice in Jersey. He's got a beautiful wife, 3 amazing daughters, and I'm happy to call him my friend. And I want to introduce you to Dr. Roger Sahoury. So here we go. Hello, hello.
A beard now. I need a haircut.
Oh, that's right. The picture didn't have the beard. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? Going in right now we're talking about business first, and I know you're a medicine man, but you're also an amazing, amazing businessman. And I've learned so much from you over the last decade. You know, what are some of the biggest challenges that have been affecting the wellness centers right now? Because there's a kind of like an oxymoron, like I need to get help, but I can't go out. I have to do this, but I can't do this. What do you feel is one of the biggest challenges since COVID?
Well, in New Jersey, with all the government mandates and stuff, you know, it's definitely put a major damper. We are considered essential, but in Bergen County, New Jersey, you know, the governor made a statement that he does not want people coming out into Bergen County, and specifically Paramus, New Jersey, where my location happens to be. Right. So we went from seeing hundreds of people a day to under 100 people a week. So we definitely took a hit as far as the amount of people that we were serving in person. So we've had to, you know, really be able to serve people through telehealth. We've had to, you know, send out wellness tips on an every single day basis to people. We've done things like, you know, live streaming and broadcasting, and, you know, just keeping people up to date on what they should be doing. Look, we know that this virus is a contagious virus and dangerous. They said to a select, you know, group of people with comorbidities, but, you know, the conversation needs to shift, and it needs to shift from the strength of the virus to the strength of the host, which is us as individuals. You know, we've been around hundreds of trillions of viruses our entire life, and tens of trillions of bacteria every single day of our lives. And God has created us with this incredible ability to be able to live with them, you know, in harmony for so long. So I think that the conversation just needs to change to how do we become the healthiest version of ourselves so that we could add years to our lives and lives to our years, instead of being, you know, running into our homes and staying in our home when something like this happens, because this isn't going to go away. It's going to be around for a lifetime, and we are going to have to coexist And the way that we do that is by trusting in our body's ability to be able to do whatever it needs to do in order to function in this type of environment. So just keep building a healthy body. I mean, you just had Forbes on, who was talking about health and well-being, right? Well, it's exactly what we need to be doing. Is what do we need to do physically, chemically, emotionally to create a very healthy, strong host?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the biggest challenges is the immune system. And when you talk about it, whether it's the obesity or diabetics and hypertension, there's a lot of things that has to do with compromised immune systems. And one thing I've seen you do since this whole thing is being very vocal and educating. And it's ironic because a lot of other health professionals did the opposite. They all of a sudden turned off, and you did what needed to happen, because I know that your practice, that there's more patients coming in now and things have come back where people are realizing this has to come first. But what are some of the big challenges that we're dealing with, all those, I want to call them dis-ease?
Lisa, can you rephrase that question? I'm sorry, I lost you somewhere along there.
Well, I was saying is the biggest challenges for individuals with COVID happens to be what they say at risk of those that are obese or diabetic or hypertension or compromised immune systems.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give for those people?
Well, if you got to focus on getting into a rhythm that's healthy. Get into morning rituals, right? So when you wake up in the morning, do not turn on the TV, do not watch the news. Do not check your emails. Don't do things like that. Don't get on Facebook, right? That's not the first thing you want to do in the morning. You want to get into a routine. So something that I'll do, could I go into like things that I do? So I'll plant my feet on the ground. I'll stretch. I'll say, thank you, God, for another day on earth, right? I mean, that's something that I'm always grateful for. Give my wife, a kiss, the baby who's sleeping next to me a kiss. And then I go downstairs very early in the morning as everybody else is still sleeping. And then I start affirmations, prayer, exercise routines, breathing exercises, and then I begin to dive into just going into a rampage of thoughts that may come to me. So I get myself into state. Emotion stands for energy and motion. So you want to get yourself into a really good state. I will go outside. I'll do something called grounding, where I plant my feet onto the ground and I connect with the earth, right? That's what God has created for us, so that I can resonate with the earth. I will listen to the sound of birds. I will breathe in the fresh air that God has created for us. I'll look at the trees. I'll look at, just everything that's around me. Many times I'll go for like a 45-minute walk around the neighborhood, and I'll just connect to the environment. And I just love everything that I see and that I get to connect every single day with, because it's a new experience every single day. So, and I really pour into my faith. So I pour into my faith instead of fear. I don't want to get caught up into that world, because what happens is that here you are and you get into that sympathetic overdrive, that fight or flight response, as if you saw a tiger coming at you. That's exactly what people are going through right now, whether it's the virus, whether it's losing your jobs, whether it's being stuck at home and you have all these kids that you have to homeschool and get meals for and get them all ready and try to manage a home, whether it's, hey, am I going to get rehired back in my job? Do I still want the job that I have? Am I looking to thrive and become an entrepreneur? There's a lot of things that come into play. Or, my parents are worried because they have these comorbidities, so I'm afraid to go near them. I mean, there's a lot of factors that happen. Do I got to wear a mask? And we know when I wear this mask, I'm breathing in my own carbon dioxide and I'm suppressing my immune system, but I got to wear it everywhere I go. I mean, there's a lot of thoughts that begin to happen.
People actually know that, when you said that, I don't think people actually understand that piece. So that when we're wearing a mask, we're breathing in our own carbon dioxide. We're also preventing our body from strengthening from other things that strengthen our immune system, being outside of stuff.
That's right. And the particles of these viruses are just so small that these masks aren't super effective, right? So everything that I've said thus far would be things that I would be doing, on a regular basis to start your day. And then, you also want to have rituals at nighttime, like nighttime rituals, because sleep is so vitally important to help you recharge for that next day. It's extremely important. And then there's a lot of rituals, and I can go into them if you'd like, but I don't know where you want to take this conversation.
Well, I mean, I think some of the things that I feel you can offer, one is an entrepreneur. One, today, there was some people, I don't know who we said it to already, was it Forbes? We were talking about stress or other things. One is stress, so I think we need to give them resources to not be stressed. Two, I believe that a lot of entrepreneurs kind of forget, and I'm generalizing, may forget about their health first, realizing they are their business. And the stuff that we need to do to stay grounded and to stay present is actually the strength that gives you to do all the other stuff you end up doing. So that's a piece. And, you know, one of the things I found that you've been great with as well in your business is creating teams. And one of the challenges I have my clients dealing with right now, I just got off the phone with one yesterday that, you know, with COVID, she has people, I know your employees aren't at minimum wage, but this is her reality, is she has people, not minimum, but close to it, that they're making more money on unemployment than were working, that they don't want to come back to work, that she's stressing herself out so badly that she's not taking care of herself. She owns I don't want to break anonymity, but she owns a retail store, and she's literally sleeping in the store just to produce the products and to get it done because she can't get workers. So what would be some things you would tell entrepreneurs, one, to how to take care of themselves and how to get what they need?
All right. Well, you know, as we talked about, you know, rituals, right? So if you're home, you're doing those kind of things. Make sure that you're hydrating your body, drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. Movement's extremely important. Get your nervous system checked by a really good chiropractor. Okay. See how well that your nervous system is running, because it communicates the way that every aspect of your being is running. The way your heart is beating, your lungs are breathing, the way you're digesting food, the way that you see, smell, hear, taste, the way that you're able to fight off infections. You know, you got to have your nervous system running really well, because it is making sure that all those other systems are getting the life that it needs, right? So you want to do that. You want to definitely be eating the right, you know, healthy choices of foods, right? Not necessarily being on a diet, right? But making a choices of what is right for me. Like, all right, let's make a better choice. I heard somebody say earlier, like, oh, is it better choice to eat cookies or eat, you know, broccoli? Well, broccoli is going to be a better choice, right? So I'm going to have more healthier choices, you know, 80 to 90% and 10 to 20%. I'm not, you know, I give myself a little bit of not being so rigid, so to say. Now, if somebody really wants to learn on that, they put on this extra, let's say Corona-19, and you want to know how to do that, well, we have Sprint Set Energizing Weight Loss System, which has definitely disrupted the weight loss space and the immune supporting space and the inflammatory space. And it gives personal, professional, daily coaching, you know, every single day. It's meeting people where they're at, and it's really a great guiding system. And yeah, it is going to give you foods that are going to be, you know, on a better end of the spectrum, that have been tested to see what actually works most effective into getting your body what we call a state of autophagy, which means autophagy means, you know, self, and phagy means eating. So self-eating, meaning that it's cleaning out those cells, right? So that your body can get back into a healthy state. There's a Nobel Prize winning science award based on that. So it definitely works really well, right? And we have everything in place for that, a systematic approach for you to win. And then not only that, you'll begin to identify what are your preferred foods, cautionary, and avoid foods for a lifetime. So it's never a yo-yo, and it's sustainable. It's really great for people who have inflammation in the body, people who want to feel more confident, of course, people who have any sort of blood sugar imbalances, hypertension. It's just great. And it's incredible. Great for cleaning, making you look younger, making you confident walking into your closet and grabbing whatever clothes that you've been wanting to put on. You haven't been able to do that. And it's done with doctor supervision. So it's great.
Well, as a matter of fact, I went on it. You had me go on it, what was it, a year or two ago, not to lose weight, which it wasn't. I actually went for a wellness visit with my internal medicine doctor. They had me do a stress test and a nuclear stress test. And then the next day went for a colonoscopy, and the dye or whatever was put in my body, remember, my blood pressure went to 250 over 150, and they weren't able to get it back to normal. And that was super scary. I mean, I'm all of 115 pounds, and I have blood pressure of a very big person that would have big challenges. And it turned out, because I went through a Sprint Set, we were able to get it back down to normal. And I convinced Yardley to do it with me, and he lost 25 pounds. So I was pissed at him, as you know, because you're like, you're not looking to lose weight. I go, but I want to because he did. So that was a great benefit for him, and it's benefit for me because he looks even better. So I got my handsome.
Yeah, and the benefit was that your blood pressure went all the way back to normal.
Yeah, that was huge. That was really super important. I'm not going to discount that. But and the benefit is he's going to stay healthy too. But I'm just saying, it was a lot. And I also have a lot of my clients who are doing it for inflammation as well. It's really been amazing.
And Lisa, to get back to your question about you said you have a client who's like really concerned about getting employees.
Yes.
I really think that you're going to get a better set of employees. There are so many people out there that are looking for stuff as well, or some that are going back and the companies can't afford to keep them on, that you're going to get a whole new realm of people who are hungry, people who are, looking for a long haul position, and people who are going to really make an impact in that health community, right? So, of course, you always want to run specific type of testing to understand who that person is. And I know that you have your own protocols that you run through, but be able to assess who that individual is and are they the right fit. But you always want to make sure they're the right fit in the right seat, right? You can always have the right fit, but if they're in the wrong seat, they're not the right fit. So we want to put them in the right seat as well. So extremely important. And pay your people and pay your people well, pay your people well. And if you begin to do that, you'll make more money as a company as well, because they feel that they're taken care of, so they're going to take better care of you. It's
a great point. So we're going to actually, I always want to have a free gift that you're going to give our listeners. So can you share with them what that is?
Sure. Let's do a consult, a one-on-one consult with me, which is typically $500, right? Just to have a consult. We'll do a virtual consult for anybody that wants one with me. And I'm happy to go through any aspect of their health, well-being, family, so on. And I'm just happy to support. So all you got to do is just go to callwithdraroger.asme. And I gave you guys a link already. So
ASME?
Yeah, I could post it right here.
We'll have them posted in the group, and they'll also be posting thing. Callwithdraroger.asme. Awesome. And what's your last piece for the Thriving Entrepreneurs Playbook? One piece of advice you'd want to share with the listeners?
Yeah. Plan your life around your health, not your health around your life, because you're not wealthy unless you are healthy. And if you've read this book, you'll understand what that means, right? And that's my international best-selling book, not to gloat, but right. So here it goes, and that's what it states right there. Because without your health, you have nothing. So make sure that you take great care of you. Let's add years to your life and life to your years. God bless you all. Thank you for having me, Lisa. You're the best.
And you're going to be coming back. You're coming back for the challenge, the Entrepreneurs Thrive Challenge. So we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you. I love you.
Sounds good. Love you too.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Okay, so what's some of your takeaways? Let's hear them. Put them in the chats, put them on social media. Make sure you do Dr. Roger, as well as Lisa, hashtag Lisa Lieberman-Wang, Help Businesses Thrive, hashtag. And I'm excited. We're going to be continuing to move on. If you're having a good time and you're getting tons of nuggets, let us hear what they are. We'll be giving away more prizes as well.